Hello guys, welcome back to Harrison's Car Life here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the Honda Accord. We finally have it out of the barn. Now there are three very shocking discoveries that we've made. I'll share the first two now and I'll save the best one for last. The first two is that this car has not been sitting for 20 years. This bad boy, oh sorry about the fingers dirt here on the camera, it has been sitting for actually 30 years. Now you guys are like, Harrison, I'm sorry. There's no way that the paint looks like this after 30 years. No. So we actually got some of this bad boy right here, and we did this side of the hood. This side of the hood here, you can see is a lot duller and dirtier. I will have to hand wash it soon enough. You guys can see, you can barely make out, I'm holding the phone. You guys can barely make out the silhouette. While here, you can start to see the difference in colors. You can kind of see, the trees are different. You can see the difference between my sleeve and my hand. You can start to see the differences in colors and stuff like that. The second cool thing is that you guys can see here is that it has the original dealership stickers. You guys can see it was issued in 1989 and it expires in 1990. Now, giving us the benefit of the doubt here and saying that the citizen who previously owned this car was law-abiding, that means that it was probably stored in 1990 or lower. So maybe it was sitting for 35 years. I guess we will never know. Probably 30 years, hopefully. But for a 15-year-old's first car, fixing this thing, I think would be a pretty cool and fun adventure. Moving on, you guys can definitely see here that there's a dent here. Pretty hefty dent in the door right here, along with a pretty big dent right here. If you guys see my dog in the window, I apologize. Say hi, Olive. She's a sweetheart. Hopefully she'll be able to ride in this car one day. However, she sheds like crazy. We cannot have that happening. Alright, if any of you guys hate sludge and dirt and stuff like that, then look away. Yeah, it's so disgusting in here. It smells very bad, but we're going to get that cleaned out pretty soon. Okay, if you looked away, you can look back now. There is tons of trunk room in the back. I'm going to put the key in and we're going to turn it. There is also a trunk release on the inside here. The trunk is extremely light, and we did have to remove the carpet because it was super duper dirty. You guys can see that there is the tire here, the spare tire here, which we will get this wheel swapped out, or the tire. We can keep the wheel. We'll clean that. Appropriate tools, to change tire, fix it. And this is some other valuable stuff, like parts that we think might go to the car. And also we found a vintage pair of Ray-Bans, or I think I pronounced that right, so maybe get some money out of that. Closing the trunk here, pulling out the key, we can go visit the wheels here. So we had to replace the wheels. We replaced that tire, and that tire. Except this tire, we could not because it only had 3. And that's because this tire size is very hard to find. But no worries, guys, because we will be able to find we did get the correct tire size, and it's coming in on Monday. So we got one more tire to swap here. You guys see the hubcaps are actually, you have to take off the lug nuts to remove the hubcap or to put it back on, then screw the lug nuts back in after. Which I guess it's kind of nice because then that means that, we won't really have to worry about losing them, because if you hit a bump too hard or something like that, your hubcap has a risk of popping off. You guys can see we accidentally broke this one while trying to fill up the tire, but it's all right. It's like $10 per hubcap. It's not, I guess $30. It's not that bad. So 3 tires actually exploded at the place. 2 of them on here, which I was fine, and the other one on the brown car, which exploded right in my face, and one of my ears stopped working for about 10 seconds, but I was all right. Why don't we move on to the interior here? Oh, I apologize for that. Let's unlock that. Like breaking into a car. All right. So we look in here. You guys can see there's an ashtray, and because it is an LX trim, as you guys can see here, that gives us the luxury of power windows. Now you guys are like, gray car and beige interior, good color choicing. Actually, it's a gray car on a gray interior. Yeah, that just proves how dirty these seats are. Now let me tell you guys, these seats, despite being super dirty, are the most comfortable thing in the world. So Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It smells very bad in here because right now there's a mixture of this, the mildew smell, since it's been sitting in a barn for 30 years, and also it's hot outside too, so it all gets trapped in. It's like that heat smell. But that's about not the most. That's not the thing to worry about right now. There's other things. If you guys can see here, somebody popped the lock on the glove box, but it is right here. It was just kind of laying down in here when we first came, but so we'll be able to install it soon. But without that, it just doesn't close. Now, why don't we move on here to another thing about the car? So we did get a battery for it, which is currently in here right now, but unfortunately, when the battery is hooked up, this tail area here is always turned on, even if we're not touching anything or anything like that. It's always turned on, so we have to unhook the battery. However, it is sitting in there right now. Now, why don't we show you guys here the most shocking discovery about this car? So we're gonna have to go inside here. Oh, forgot to mention, manual adjustable mirrors, which is pretty nice. Yeah, look at that. 50,000 miles only on the car. You guys are like, Harrison, that says 500,000 miles. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to move the camera away. It's 50,425 and 1/10 of a mile. That's what that reddish orangish number is. So yeah, I will definitely be able to keep this for a long time. Oh, and also, not only is this the oldest car in my family, it is the youngest, or the sorry, not the youngest. No, this thing's an ancient artifact. This car has the lowest mileage out of the family. You know, I guess it's not that ancient. All right, moving on to the hood of the car here. Let's go take a look at the engine. So you guys might be like, yo, it's jammed. No, it's not jammed. You actually open it from up here. So let's go ahead, put that. Sorry guys, I only have one hand here, and I have to hook up this, attach that. You guys here, it's a 4-cylinder engine. Pretty nice. There is a lot of trash down in here, kind of in here, and also right in here as well. But we can get that fixed up. Oh, there is also one more thing that I would like to tell you guys about before we end the video. There we go. All right, sorry, that sometimes does not like to close, but we fixed that up. Getting inside of the car, you guys can obviously see here that there are 4 horn buttons. 2 here and 2 here. Now I have a pretty wild idea. So these top 2 horns, I'm sure you guys can see where this is going, are going to be the normal horn, the stock horn for the car. This is going to be a semi-truck horn for the days where I'm not feeling the best and if somebody does something stupid. And this horn right here is reserved specially for the textures and drivers. This one is going to be a train horn. Now, if there's any police officers watching this video, don't worry. I will not use it. I won't abuse it. I'll only use it if it's textures and drivers. And you guys might be like, yeah, but what if you honk it and it scares somebody and somebody crashes and might die? Well, they have a higher % chance of dying while texting than I do by pressing a little button. Don't worry, guys. I won't abuse it. I think that'd be a pretty cool idea. Oh, by the way, no airbags either. You guys, you'd say SRS airbags. There's no airbags on this, and the horn is not here, by the way. It's obviously these 4 buttons only right there. So yeah, yeah, you know, you guys can see how small this is. If I try to sit in it, I mean, you guys can see that almost straight. My feet are behind the pedals right now. Yeah, if I crash, I'm dead, but I won't crash. Oh, you guys can see here it has a steering wheel lock and also manual transmission, which is just absolutely awesome. Sorry, it makes like a weird like vibrating sound when I hit it. You guys can see here that, so you'll fold this down and you guys will try and fold it up and it's like, dude, come on, it's jammed. No, you actually take it down from the top and it folds down like this, revealing a mirror for, oh my gosh, sorry, I just put my hand on the seat, it's soaking wet. Revealing a mirror for you guys to see the phone that I'm recording on. This side does not have a mirror. If the closest mirror to the driver is really the rearview mirror where you can see myself, hello, and the side mirror over here. Now, one thing I would like to show you guys here before I end the video is that the doors are extremely solid. Instead of, you know how older cars, when you close the door and they're just kind of, you can tell they're light, it almost sounds like there's loose objects, in contrast to new cars where they're like very heavy. Let's take a listen to my mom's car. 1 second. So this car is from 2017, and let's take a listen to the doors here. You guys can see that they're pretty heavy doors. They're not light and sound like they're about to fall off like most 90s cars are. Except this car is from 1980, and the doors, or 1985, sorry, and these doors are pretty strong. Take a listen. You guys can see that those two are pretty strong doors, and it's not just that side as well. It's this side too. Take a listen. You guys can see there that they're very solid and don't sound like loose. The trunk also sounds pretty solid as well. Popping it and closing it as well. Take a listen. I don't know what that spring sound is or whatever. The license plate lights also both work. So this car is pretty proud, and you know, it seems like it'll work, and it's held together very well. All right, guys. For now, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think I should do to the car next. I know that there is a vacuum over there. I had to move it out of the car for right now. So yeah, give me any ideas that you guys think. Let me know about the horn idea. Comment down below if you guys think I should do anything about it. But that might be safe for later on. Yeah, so just talk to me in the comments. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and they will be answered to the best of my knowledge about this car. So yeah, peace for now, I guess.